Kirk Cousins, eat us a no-show at Falcons OTAs as trade buzz intensifies. What's really going on in Atlanta? The echoes of change are growing louder in Flowery Branch, Georgia. As the Atlanta Falcons took to the field this week for the beginning of voluntary organized team activities, OTAs, there was a conspicuous absence that no one could ignore: quarterback Kirk Cousins. The veteran signal caller, freshly signed to a lucrative 4-year, $180 million contract just 2 months ago, was nowhere to be seen. And while the workouts are technically optional, his absence is pouring gasoline on a firestorm of speculation that his future with the Falcons may already be unraveling. Falcons head coach Raheem Morris confirmed Cousins' non-appearance in Tuesday's sessions. His tone was matter-of-fact, but the implications were anything but. "I did not see him today," Morris told reporters. "He wasn't in the meetings either." It was a brief acknowledgement, but one that spoke volumes. A shocking draft day twist: Cousins arrived in Atlanta in March 2024 amid considerable fanfare. The Falcons, desperate for stability and leadership under center, made a bold and expensive bet on the 4-time Pro Bowler. Cousins, despite recovering from an Achilles tear that ended his 2023 season in Minnesota, was seen as the final piece to elevate Atlanta's talented roster to contender status. But just weeks later, everything changed. In one of the most stunning moves of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Falcons selected Washington standout Michael Penix Jr. with the number 8th overall pick. It was a move that sent shockwaves through the league and left analysts scrambling for answers. Was this a succession plan, a hedge against Cousins' injury, or a sign that Atlanta's commitment to their $180 million man was already wavering? Whatever the logic, it triggered a seismic shift in the quarterback hierarchy in Atlanta. Penix, praised for his poise, deep ball accuracy, and leadership at the college level, quickly became the future of the franchise, and sooner than expected, the present. The benching herd. Round the South. As the 2024 season progressed, it became clear the Falcons were leaning into the youth movement. Despite Cousins returning to health, he found himself relegated to the bench while Penix took over the reins. The rookie's performances were far from perfect, but they showed flashes of brilliance, enough for the coaching staff to double down on their decision. Now, heading into the 2025 season, the quarterback depth chart in Atlanta looks drastically different from what anyone envisioned in March 2024. Penix is entrenched as the starter, and Cousins, the highly paid, high-profile acquisition, is stuck in limbo. So when he didn't show up to OTAs this week, many around the league weren't exactly stunned. Falcons brass had already prepared for it. "I'm not going to be foolish to think he's going to show up for voluntary work right now," Morris said bluntly at the NFL's annual league meetings last month. "We're dealing with a business-type mode right now. I don't think he'll be there. If he is, we'll welcome him with open arms. But I'm not going to be fool enough to make myself get worked up and angry about Kirk Cousins missing voluntary workouts." The message? This isn't personal, it's just business. Trade rumors swirl. But there's a catch naturally. Cousins' absence and the cloudy quarterback situation have led to a whirlwind of trade rumors. And in typical NFL fashion, the speculation is only intensifying as teams finalize their rosters and depth charts ahead of training camps. One name that continues to surface as a potential landing spot: the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh, while optimistic about their own young quarterback situation, has not ruled out the idea of adding a veteran to the mix, especially one with a track record as solid as Cousins. The Steelers are seen as a team that's just a quarterback away from making serious noise in the AFC, and Cousins' experience and steady hand could provide a major boost. But there's a major hurdle. Cousins holds a no-trade clause. Any deal involving him would need his full approval, giving him significant control over his next move. And for a player who's long prioritized stability and system fit, that's not a trivial consideration. There's also another wild card in play: Aaron Rodgers. Should the 4-time MVP decide to hang up his cleats or face another extended injury setback, teams like the Steelers could shift priorities fast. That domino could directly impact Cousins' next chapter, making his future as much about timing and external events as internal decisions in Atlanta. Inside Cousins' mindset publicly, Cousins has remained largely quiet since the Penix pick. His social media presence has been minimal, and he's avoided any direct comments about his role or future in Atlanta.